Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I'm so excited for this one because in this video, we're discussing the time that I talked to Jesus Christ. I was able to channel the energy of Jesus, and it was such an incredible experience. It was not intentional, and I kind of wanted to just talk about it and also explain some myths, kind of debunk some myths that are surrounding Jesus. And then also how you can channel any energy that you want, whether you call it Jesus, Allah, if you call it God, consciousness, source, whatever. So this was my experience. Again, it happened unintentionally. I was getting my wisdom teeth taken out. And during this time, this was the first time ever that I had been under anesthesia. And we know this, we know that being under that type of drug will cause hallucinations, it'll cause very weird behavior. You don't really know what's going on. I think the difference between being under the influence and what I experienced was that it felt so strong. Like the energy, I remember it like it was yesterday. First off, that's the reason why I'm even making this video, is because I remember it so crystal clear, and I was able to keep this vibration alive, remembering how potent this experience was. So anyway, I'm getting my wisdom teeth taken out, okay? I'm now out of the hospital. My mom, she's driving us around, and I remember she's on the phone with my dad. And up until that point, I was just doing my own thing. I was just very happy, very joyful, whatever. And then I remember in my head specifically thinking that I wanted to talk to Jesus. So I said, I would love to talk to Jesus. And when I did that, I felt this energy, this presence. And my eyelids, it was so bright. It was so bright that I could not, I tried closing my eyes, but I couldn't even, it was overwhelming. I remember the feeling of it, which the English language cannot express how potent this energy was. So please bear with me. I will try my very best. But it wasn't like an actual person. So first off, it was not, I didn't see a face, which is a huge misconception that even I grew up as a Christian, was in the church heavily, and there was all these, symbols and images of what God looks like. God, in its purest form, does not have a face. It's not the blue-eyed white man that has the beard. That's not. And even when I was in this state talking to Jesus, it just started laughing. Like the energy just started laughing. It was like, that's so cute. That's so cute. And left it at that. It was just such a great experience. So anyway, the second thing that I noticed is that, honestly, I'm not sure how long it lasted, but I do remember that the vibration, I was saying things, right? And my mom, she was on the phone with my dad, and my dad was saying things, and all I remember thinking is, oh, tell your father that he's doing a great job. He's doing a great job. Tell your mother that she's doing a great job. She's just so beautiful. And so all of a sudden, I just start speaking this stuff out. It was like it was a very unfiltered, whatever I was feeling in that moment. And it's so hard to describe because it's not like it was words. it's not like it was English. It was just a feeling that I translated in and said to whoever was around me. So I'm over here like petting my mom's hair. I'm in the passenger seat and I'm like, you are just so beautiful. And I remember telling my dad, I'm like, God wants you to know that you are doing a great job, a great job, a great job. And then after that, I started just talking. It was just me and Jesus, right? And Jesus goes, here's a little piece of love, right? And what I mean by that is when we pass on in this lifetime, a lot of people have a fear of death. And something that I had a very strong fear of death. And once I had this experience, I don't fear death anymore because of how incredible, like, I don't want to fantasize or romanticize death, but everything will be fine when we all pass. Like, it'll be okay. So he was like, well, he, she, it, whatever. It wasn't a gender. Jesus was like, let me show you the love. Like, let me show you just a little. And then I felt like a dial turn. I envisioned this dial turning up just a little bit. And my heart, felt like it was going to explode. And even talking about it is bringing up a lot of feelings. It was the greatest, it felt like it couldn't stay in my body. It felt like it was expanding, and it felt like there was like a field because my body literally couldn't handle it. And then I felt laughter. I felt Jesus laughing and just complimenting me, all of my surroundings. The highest form of appreciation that you could ever experience. Like, just think of again, it's hard to express because there's not enough words. It was so overwhelming that I asked Jesus, I was like, okay, you can chill out now. And what I found most interesting about this experience, which again, I don't know how long it lasted, but my mom, who was next to me, she said, because I asked her about it again, we still talk about it to this day. I asked her last time I saw her, I was like, yeah, that was just such an amazing experience. That was so amazing. She goes, I was worried there for a second. I said, why? And she goes, this was something that I didn't even remember. She goes, oh, well, when you were talking, and when all of a sudden it was starting to die down, when you said, okay, enough, like, that's okay, thank you. You were sad and you kept saying, I want to go home. I want to go home. I want to be there. And so then my mom started becoming afraid. She got a little freaked out by that. But guys, this feeling, the afterlife that we're describing, being one with God, going back home, it is remarkable. Now, I wanted to just briefly talk about ways you can connect to that feeling, because I've never experienced that amount since then. I honestly, I wouldn't even want to, because it's so overwhelming. It was like, it's very overwhelming. Not saying that we aren't loved, because we are loved, but whatever that feeling was, it was everything. It was everything all at once. Extremely, extremely powerful. If you are wanting to channel that same energy, I have noticed in my personal experience that I've been able to feel that same bright light, that same activation when I'm meditating. So I do a meditation, and this specific meditation, you start at the root. And what I mean by that is there's different chakras in your body, right? And you start at the very bottom. So you want to clench your stomach and then breathe in, and breathe in pretty deeply. And then you travel it up your spine and then hold your breath. Hold it for like 20, 30 seconds and hold it and tighten your body. You want to tighten your stomach and just keep holding until it almost feels uncomfortable, and then release. And then once you release, do that about 5 to 10 times, and that you'll be able to experience for me, it's only like 5% of that time I encountered Jesus. And again, I say Jesus, it could be source to you, it could be Allah, but it is the same energy. And that was something that I asked as well, because when I was there, it was just a bright light. It was just bright, very, very bright, blinding. So I felt blind. And it was hard for me when I opened my eyes, it was hard for me to see things. It was blinding. So that was my experience. If you have dealt with anything like that, I'd love to hear your stories in the comments down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.